Hey there, how's it going everybody? Welcome back, Plant Abundance here. So I'm back after a short hiatus from the channel. Today is October 17, 2017. And as you can see, the garden is still doing wonderful here in mid-October. I appreciate the folks who wrote in, making sure everything was okay. Yeah, everything's doing fine over here. We were affected a bit by the California fires. We had quite a bit of smoke come into the area. But other than that, we're doing fine. The garden's doing great. And I just wanted to share with you a bit of philosophy today, something that came to mind I thought worthy of a share. And it has to do with why I started this whole project and why I think it could benefit you to do something similar, whether it's on a larger scale, a smaller scale. But what I'm going to be talking about today is monetizing your yard. So monetizing is pulling a revenue stream from an idea, from a business, and there's so many different ways to do it. And I think one of the most common overlooked ways to monetize would be to take a barren landscape, and this area just a few years ago was nothing but grass and weeds, and look at it now. This area is nothing short of abundant. To be honest with you, haven't done anything out here in the last couple weeks. I spot watered my avocado tree and my macadamia nut tree, but everything else is sustaining, surviving on its own. See the beautiful red leaves here on the Seronia berry. We've got yacone growing on the edge of the hugelkultur. We got longevity spinach. We got greens. Last night I had a smoothie for dinner. So if you've got a front yard, a backyard, a side yard, your parents' yard, neighbor's yard, if you have any space available, if you're fortunate to have an area that you can grow, plant a seed, I would highly encourage you to get going on that. In the world we live in today, the rising cost of food, especially anything of quality, can make it troublesome for people to stay healthy. And you can see how closely related that is, health and diet. So when you grow food like this, I mean, you're getting some of the most nutritious, dense, hopefully organic, like what I grow here, food on demand. You don't got to get in your car, go drive anywhere. And if you've been following along, you know I'm a big fan of producing my own medicinals as well. My tincture is just about ready now. I'm really getting into tinctures. I just made a cayenne pepper tincture. I'm going to be doing an echinacea. But so many different ways to utilize whatever you can grow. If you got a small little space, you might want to consider growing one of the most abundant fruit trees that you know in your area, maybe a lemon tree or something. And not only can you harvest whatever you need from it, but you could take a bag of that over to your neighbor and maybe exchange for some pomegranates or something. So you can barter with that. Also, once you get going with a garden and you start growing like this, there's other ways to monetize other than just harvesting, bartering. You can start to share your experience, make videos, write a book, start a blog, do a vlog. Some other ideas would be to sell some of your excess produce or plant starts or seeds, and you can do that via the farmer's market. You could do that online. One thing's for sure, the more diversity you have, the more different types of produce you grow, the more you're going to be able to lower your food bill. Think of it as supplementing your grocery shopping trips by growing whatever you can on site. And really, it does add up. You notice a huge difference in your grocery bill. We sure have. If you design appropriately, you may be able to actually increase the value of your property. Perennial plants, fruit-bearing trees can actually become a selling point for a property owner getting ready to sell. If you've got a piece of property and you don't get much sun, consider growing mushrooms. I just noticed yesterday that I've got a wine cap popping up over here, which is pretty amazing. We're still pretty hot over here in the mid 80s. That's a wine cap mushroom. And I inoculated this area last year. And it doesn't surprise me they're coming back. It surprises me because everything's so dry and there's a lot of heat. But mushrooms are definitely a good idea for some folks. Once you inoculate your area, a little bit of wood chips, some straw, you're good to go. And we're talking about a high protein food that's going to help to build your soil and can be used in all sorts of dishes. The list of ways to monetize your garden can go on and on, but I'd encourage you not to forget the philosophy that a penny saved is a penny earned. And this really rings true when it comes to utilizing your garden as a way to increase your health by eating local, high quality food that's grown in season. You're doing a great service for yourself, perhaps saving future dollars for medical expenses. Also, growing and utilizing high quality herbs as part of your homegrown medicinal cabinet. I'd highly encourage you look into that a bit. And just by being physically active, being out in the garden, working out in nature, these are all going to contribute to greater health, and that usually is going to equate to saving you dollars in the long run. Until next time, this is Dan from plantabundance.com, reminding you to monetize your yard. Plant a seed, grow a tree, experience the abundance. Take care, everybody. I'll be talking to you again soon.